guys, and welcome back. So Valentine's Day is over, and if you're like me, then you probably have some things around your home that are still Valentine's Day themed. Sure, you could just throw them away if you are so inclined, but if you want to repurpose them to have a life beyond Valentine's Day, then this is a video for you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to repurpose 3 Valentine's Day things you might still have left over. Flowers, candy hearts, and chocolates. So if that is something that interests you, then keep watching.
Okay, so we are going to start with the roses. I am just taking the petals off and I'm putting them into a strainer. I'm going to then run that strainer under some cold water just to rinse the petals off and then just lay them out to dry, spreading them out on a paper towel, and then I will go in and kind of pat them dry with a different paper towel just to get all that moisture off. Now you're going to take a big pot and you're going to pour in 2 parts sugar and 1 part water. I can't remember, I think I did 2 cups sugar, 1 cup water, but I could be wrong. Basically, you just heat that up and stir it until the sugar dissolves, and then you add in the rose petals and reduce the heat and just let that simmer for about 15 minutes until the flavor of the rose has sort of infused into the syrup. Then you want to take that off of the heat and let it cool, and then pour the mixture through another strainer just to get the rose petals out. Now this next step is totally optional, but I decided to add some red food coloring to my syrup just to make it look a little bit pink and rosy and happy. And then the final step is I poured my mixture into a mason jar. Now you don't have to use a mason jar, obviously, you can use whatever you have around, but I use a mason jar. Just a couple ideas of what you can do with your rose syrup. I'm going to give you a few cocktail ideas. For this first one, I just took a couple slices of cucumber and about a teaspoon of that rose syrup, and I am really poorly muddling that all together in a cocktail shaker. I'm adding the gin. You can add, I think I added about 2 or 3 ounces of gin to my shaker and shook it all up, and then I strained it into my glass, and finally I topped it with some tonic water and garnished it with a slice of cucumber for a really nice rosy gin and tonic. Now this next one is much more simple, just literally a teaspoon of your rose syrup topped off with some Prosecco or champagne or whatever kind of suits your fancy. For this next part, I'm going to take those candy hearts that just seem to last forever and I'm going to shellac them. So I am laying them all out on a used pizza box, and then I'm taking some spray-on shellac, which I got for about $8 at Home Depot, and I'm just putting 1 coat over the hearts. And I'm going to come back later in about an hour and add a 2nd coat and then flip them over and do the exact same thing. So it takes a little bit of time, but this is the final result. You get some really pretty, shiny, kind of preserved candy hearts in case you were worried about them not lasting forever. Anyway, next I'm just pouring them into a vase, and once you've filled up your vase, you can stick some flowers in there if you like to make it all festive and pretty. And finally, we're going to deal with our leftover Valentine's Day truffles. Now, why anybody has leftover Valentine's Day truffles, that just does not compute with me, but I'm just going to move on. I'm basically just mixing up a regular batch of chocolate chip cookie dough, and I'm just going to chop up these truffle pieces, eat some of them obviously, and throw the rest into the dough. Mix it up and bake it according to my cookie dough recipe instructions. And this is a really great way if you want to share your cookies at work or school. They don't seem as, Valentine's Day-y, so they're a little bit more generic, and they actually turn out really well. So you get a little bit of surprise nougat or coconut or something thrown in there. So that is it for my Valentine's Day kind of repurposing, upcycle, DIY video, whatever you want to call it. I hope this was at all helpful to some people who are looking at their Valentine's Day leftovers and like, what do I do? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.